Hello, everybody. This is my thoughts and opinions on Crimson Desert after about 25 hours. So, I've been playing for about 25 hours. Here's what we look like. So, let's talk about the game. So, I do really like a lot of the aspects of the game. One thing I do not like is the inventory. You are always running out of room in your inventory. Always. And I have like 105 slots now, and I always run out of room. I do really wish that they would. We just found this earlier. I found elixirs, but I don't know what to do with those. So I found the inventory is very limited. I'm not the biggest fan of how small it is. The other thing that could be better, but they have fixed it, is the boss battles. So when the game first came out, they said that this game wasn't going to be Souls-like. That's not exactly the case, because for a lot of us that don't play like your Dark Souls, your Elden Rings, the bosses, some of them are overtuned. They did put out a patch that cut that down a lot on the bosses. But what it also has done is made this weird split between the fan base, where the fans that come from your Souls games are ripping into the people that don't play Souls games and are really just smashing them into the ground. And I don't think that's a good thing. I hope that part of the community dissipates. And what they should have told people, what this game reminds me the most of, is you have Dragon's Dogma, because you have characters can summon to help you. The combat is the Arkham games 100%, but this game is more influenced by Dragon's Dogma, I think, than anything else. And one thing that people should really, and I have not heard this in one single review, is this game is as if you were newly born and you have to relearn everything. So anytime you need, like, you don't know what a carrot is, or milk, or water, you have to inspect it as if you've never seen it before. But there's also apparently areas, like if you need a crafting, like here's a crafting recipe. I don't think I've looked at it yet. See if there's something I haven't looked at yet. Crafting book. We already looked at that one. So anything new, you have to look at it and examine it. One thing I also would add to the game is if you went directly to an item, I would make it so you don't have to keep going in here and then having to go like that. I don't know why. Normally I can hit it very well. There. You should just be able to automatically hit it with whatever you need and not have to constantly switch through menus. I originally didn't have an issue with this, but the more hours I play, the more it's just redundant. And the game did say, like, you can go anywhere, but that's not exactly the case. Because I have actually gone through, and I was in an area where I was swimming, and you could not actually progress. Because not swimming, but I was in a boat, but you couldn't progress because you needed to actually, you got eaten by a whale if you go too far. So there's parts of the map you cannot go to, which they said that the map was like endless and you can go wherever you want. And that's not exactly the case. But I do feel like the combat feels well. I like the exploring nature. And that you can literally go to the map. Go to the map. And you can go wherever. So let's go. I wish I could find. As long as you have a point. So let's go to our Howling Hills. Your base. You can teleport as long as you have the fast travel, but most of the fast travels, there'll be a question mark. And I've only progressed to chapter 4. I don't know how many chapters there are. And you could just go through and you can go wherever you want to go, and you can do so much that there's so much in this game for you to do that I truly feel like you just have to explore. I was trying to find on the map, apparently there's a place where you can find a recipe. I will have to do it like when I'm not recording a video. So the weapons are good. As far as the skills, like, I've invested so much into health. Not a lot into this tree or that one. I've been focusing on getting my armed combat up. The bow skills I've been doing. Stab. Spinning slash. Shield bash. And I have put nothing into her because I don't see a point. Because with the domain, you can't use her for any boss battles, any quests that you're doing. Like, if they're cliff-based quests, you cannot use her. You cannot use her for traversal. So to me, there's no real reason to use her. Like, at all. So I just don't see the point in utilizing that character if you're not going to, if you're not doing that. So why use that as a character? Like, why even have that in the game? And I do agree with what most people say, where people say that Cliff is kind of a boring character. He doesn't really say a lot. He doesn't really do a lot. He has kind of a monotone voice. And he's just like insert basic character. And that's how I feel about Cliff. I do like the upgrading system for the gear. The upgrading crafting system in the gear. Very good. It's just very hard to get some of the material sometimes. And I kind of wish that like there was a way that you could, like, say, go to, if it'll let me do it, say go to this piece of gear and tell you how much gear like what do you need to upgrade the gear, because then you can go out and you can search for it, because right now the only way that I know what I need to upgrade is I have to go all the way back to the blacksmith in Hernand and then do it that way. So that's something I would improve in the game. I really wish there was a difficulty setting for the bosses. Everything else is fine. I don't have any problem with the combat out in the world. I don't have a problem with the puzzles. I have a problem with the bosses. Because before the update that they just did, the boss battle with the Reed Devil was brutal, but they toned him down. The Red Crimson, I could not figure out how to attack him, because it was just this cloud that's floating around, so it wasn't really doing anything. Like, I don't feel like I was doing any damage. Like, are you supposed to use a bow? What are you supposed to do? So some of the bosses I feel like could be done better. But overall, this game is highly addictive. Even when I'm not streaming, I'm still playing the game. It's hard to put down. It's made it where I've been streaming only this game, even though I want to get back in a rotation of the variety that we do stream on the channel. But I really just cannot put down the game. I'm thoroughly enjoying every aspect of the game, aside from the stuff I talked about. But the game flows very well, and there's so much you can do. And if you have enough food, you can go into regions that you probably should not go into yet. I found that out yesterday when I went into Demacies, and I was fighting people I shouldn't have been fighting. But yeah, this is just my early thoughts and impressions on it, and I will see you guys next time.